Hey guys, it's Minifez here and welcome back to another video. This past weekend I went to Leicester Regional with Dragon Link. It was the first Burst of Destiny Regional in the UK, I'm pretty sure. I went 5-2 with the deck. I played some spicy techs, trying out new things in the deck and seeing how they did. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the deck profile. I'll explain some of the weird choices and I'll talk about what I would change for the next regional and how I thought the deck did and how the matchups were. So first of all, we're going to start with the main deck. So we're gonna start with the rocket ratios. I played 2 Tracer, Recharger, Synchron, and the new Rocket Caliber. I like the idea of having a tuner that you can special of Tracer, so I tested it out. The fact that it was a tuner didn't come up that much. I know I made a Chaos Ruler with it one time, but yeah, it basically just acted as another rocket synchron in the end, but its ignition effect actually came in handy. I specialed Red MD in hand with it many times, and it didn't get rid of the dark, so I had it later for a Levy Banish, which was pretty nice. Yeah, these are all the rockets I played. I wanted to play Free Tracer, but I also wanted to play 9 hand traps. So I opted to go for more hand traps over the third Tracer. I played the 1 Absa router. I wanted more space for hand traps, as I said earlier. For the normal summon, played free Seifert. Seifert is obviously insane. Being able to recur the Levy is very important now. Having more copies of Seifert is very important, so you can pitch off Ravine and resolve Levy. The other normal summon in the deck is the BMD, which searches the Red MD. Obviously, Red MD is an insane card. BMD is a 1 card link to. Red MD is just revives everything in grave. It's so good in the grind game, so good early game. It's insane card. Obviously the baby dragons, we search these off Chaos Space. Even if we don't search them off Chaos Space, they're still insane cards. Again, 1 card link 2, pretty good. Levianeer, insane card. Hand Rip turn 1, Reborn. We play a lot of lights in this deck, so the Reborn effect actually came up a lot during the regional. And the Pop 2 effect is obviously insane. The last main deck dragon is the Chamber with the 2 Tidying to back it up. Now my dragon count is pretty low. I realized that while I was playing the regional. I could have probably opted to play more dragons in hindsight, but that's something I'll definitely change going forward. So the hand traps I opted to play for this regional were the free Nibiru. This card was insane for me. The free Veiler. This card is like insane in this format. And I played the Gamma package. Now, for the next regional, I think I'm gonna cut the Gamma package and put more dragons in the deck, because I think it's just too bricky, especially with the tech I'm going for in this deck. The spells, we've got Quick Launch, insane card, special any rocket from deck. Chaos Space, search the baby dragons and the Levianeer, and it also recycles your Striker Dragon and other combo pieces. We've got the field spells, Boot and Ravine. Ravine gets you your rockets if you don't draw them. Boot specials your Tracer from hand. Now, the tech I decided to play for this tournament that no one expected and caught a lot of people off guard in this deck was the Destroy Phoenix Enforcer package. Now, at first I decided to play this as a like a surprise tactic to catch people off guard. So like they nib early, burn through resources thinking that I've got nothing, and then I like Verte or drop a Fusion Destiny and make DPE. I thought this was just like not gonna be that good, but it actually ended up much better than I expected. Like the DP was so strong by itself. The fact that it could come back every turn and give interruption every turn was insane. It was basically, it basically fit the same role as Seal, but you had it on your turn as well. It could beat over big monsters. It could out back row. Yeah, it was just so good. And the Celestial was actually insane. The draw of the Celestial was so good. Oh, I cannot imagine going back to D-Link without Celestial now, because it just got me out of so many tricky situations. Like, it was always live the following turn after summoning DP. There was never a time the Celestial was never live. So good, so good. Now, moving on to the extra deck. The one Striker Dragon, we would love to play more, but sadly we cannot. The Guard Dragon Pisty. I didn't use the effect at all during the event. I mainly just used this to get a dragon engraved before linking this off into something else, or I just used it to banish it for a red MD just to get resources engraved. We played the 2 seals. I would love for there to be space for a third, but it rarely comes up, and our extra deck is really tight. There's the IP Masquerena. I only summoned this once because I would rather just make Verte now if I don't see the Fusion Destiny. But this did go into an Appaloosa on my opponent's turn, linking both this and the Verte I used to summon DPE. So it was very nice. Very nice. Romulus, obviously you need this to get your rockets. Verte, the second best link to after the seal. So good. DPE was insane for me. Quad Whirl, such a good card. It helps make Savage after resolving Chaos Ruler. Good for the grind game, good for extending combos. Just an insane card. Appaloosa, I didn't make this very often. The only time was the one time I summoned it off IP. I didn't end up making this a lot, so if there was a card I would cut, it would probably be the Appaloosa, but I don't even think it is cuttable in the end. It's just too good of a card. There's the Unicorn. Good cards. Best link free in the game right now, I'm pretty sure. I opted to play this over the Triburst Dragon because even though Triburst like helps with the Pisty combo, I just don't think Pisty combo is optimal this format, to be completely honest. Especially in this particular build, DP is just enough. You don't need to overextend into a Pisty combo. Access codes, OTK machine, very good card. Moving on to the synchros, MVP of the day, Chaos Ruler. Now that we play DPE, we never bother with making Savage. Well, we do make Savage sometimes, but the main play is to just go Seal, Chaos Ruler, get shit tons of resources into the grave, add a card back, then just link 2 into Verte, summon DP. Just so good. Savage, we do make this a lot, but I went into Chaos Ruler much more than Savage today. Well, not today, over the weekend, obviously. Hot Red, we went into this a couple of times. This paired with DP was nuts. An Omni Negate every turn along with a pop every turn. That's just so good. So good. The reborn effect of this card is actually so nice as well. Helped make Savage so many times. And obviously, DPE. Now, this card was unbelievable for me today. One of my losses was because I forgot to activate the graveyard effect, which was stupid of me, I know. But yeah, I mean, it happens, mistakes happen. It's a new card. I haven't tested with it that much since release, so it's bound to happen. But I definitely won't be making that mistake again, that's for sure. Moving on to the side deck, I played one Imperial Order. The best trap in the game right now. Kills pretty much everything. Red Reboot. We hate back row decks. Against Eldlich today, I went Harpy's Feather Duster. And they had the Judgment, but I also had the Reboot, so I wiped their whole back row. That was very funny. More back row hate. We have 3 Twin Twisters. We played these over Lightning Storms because we don't like losing to Imperial Order. We wanted a good going first card. I couldn't decide between Anti-Spell and TTT. In the end, I did go for the TTTs. But every time I sided in the TTTs, it didn't do that much. It was barely live. In the future, I probably will test out the anti-spells at least to see how that fares. But yeah, TTT wasn't live that much. I'm going to try out anti-spells and see which one I like better. Dark Rulers, we played this for combo decks, SwordSoul, PK, Flunders, you know, all those stuff. And this spot was a hard choice. It was between Drolls, Lancias. In the end, I opted for Drolls because Droll just hits a lot more good decks, and I was really scared of the the Brigade Liberalisk deck. I didn't end up getting matched against it, but I did side this in the mirror. I guess Lancia would have done the same job, but yeah, I still think Droll would be better than Lancia in this format anyway. So the matchups that I went through was round 1. I played against Mekk-Knight, Orcust. I did end up losing that round because game 3 I didn't open any dragons. Even after 3 turns of drawing, just nothing. It was very unfortunate, to say the least. Round 2 we played against Pure Brigade. It was a fairly easy matchup. Like, one Shen banish is not really that much to play through in dragons. So we managed to take that quite easily. Round 3 is the game where we forgot to resolve the DPE against Eldlich. So it was game 3. my board was Seal. I just activated Fusion Destiny. He Nibiru'd me. I chained the DPE on my back row. I destroyed the Phoenix Enforcer, resolved the Nibiru, tributing my spheres. I declared spheres. Then I picked up my deck to go to resolve spheres. And then my opponent said I was under Fusion Destiny. I couldn't. And then he said it was also too late now to activate the DPE because I didn't declare it, you know. I mean, it's fair enough. It's my fault. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Round 4, I played against Virtual World. Fairly easy. The one time he made Shen, I had Fusion Destiny and outed it fairly easily. Round 5, I played against SwordSoul. I definitely felt I over-prepared for SwordSoul because the matchup was really easy to deal with. The hand traps were too much for the deck to handle, and even when they ended on their board, I felt we could easily break it, so yeah, I felt I over-prepared for that deck. It was not that scary. Round 6, I played the Dragonmere. Was against a good player. One of the guys from Team Shift was pretty nice. I enjoyed the game. I did end up beating him though. I feel I didn't summon DPE in that game. I just didn't really have a good opportunity to go into Verte or anything. But yeah, was definitely a good game. And the final round, I played against another Eldlich player. This time was much easier to deal with. I didn't forget DPE this time. And I 2-0'd the Eldlich player. It's pretty easy. So yeah, I ended 5-2. The changes I would make is adding more dragons. I felt that if I did have more dragons, I wouldn't have lost that round 1 game 3. And I will not forget DP effect in the future. I would like to give a small shout out to Red Lotus Gaming, my team. Would like to shout out the Colosseum, a great Discord where you can practice against high level players, play money matches in a very safe environment. Such a good place. Would like to shout out the guys at Jam Cards UK. I traveled up to them to the Leicester Regional. Was definitely a very fun experience. They actually lent me the Verte and the access code. So without them, my deck would have definitely been a lot worse. And yeah, that's everything I have to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions, leave them down below. Keep in mind that this was not the optimal list I think you should run post Burst to Destiny. There was just a lot of engines I wanted to test. But going forward, I am definitely a pioneer of the DPE package in Dragon Link. I just think it's too good to not play. Make sure to subscribe. I noticed that only 1% of people who watch my videos are subscribed, so that's kind of disheartening, but you know, still got the grind. Thank you for watching. Peace.
I wanna see you in slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright in the morning, got the top open.